Worth crits. I've brought along the usual Dad Dowser, also Mother Dowser. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Another race where I'm risking a 100% win. Oh, look, there's Alec Briggs. Possibly your favourite for today. I did this race in 2008 and I'm pleased to say that I won it. But it is not 2008. A lot's happened since then and we will see what happens. Yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. It's nice town centre, proper town centre crit with all sorts of chaos, I'm sure. So quite nervous. It's a really tight, tricky one. There's a manhole cover that I've been warned about by several different people. Air pressures, tyre air pressures, I'm going 60 and 65 front and rear on 28mm tyres, and we'll see how it goes. I am nervous because it's as much about handling as it is, well, it's even more handling and sprinting. It's very different to a regular race. I haven't done something this technical in a long time, so we will see. Oh, knew that might happen. A bit cleaner, the whole thing. Naturally, I've bought the aero bottle cage, but I've forgotten the bottle. So we are going no bottle for the race. They're titanium bolts, so I'll leave them on because it'll make the bike lighter. So that's how it works. If you add carbon fibre or titanium, it makes everything lighter. Ah. Someone said to me, "They with my wheels on the track. Why have you?" That's fine there. Why have you not gone with a disc wheel on the back? I said I'm functioning on 80% performance and 20% aesthetics. Having the good wheel on the back is 20%. Is that 20%? It just looks better. Kind of different at every event. You'll know which one's me, Mum, because everyone wears a white helmet nowadays, so I've got a red one.
Makes life easier.
Yeah. A little bit. Also, Cam's is red, and also as well, just everyone is wearing white. So just to, yeah, especially with, if Dad's filming a lot of these, it does help to be able to see. It's not raining, so we could use
at the moment, Alex.
Use the new ones.
So here comes Bidons. He's going to get the bell as well. Big hand for Bidons. He's been pushing them well, like his debut. And here come the leaders. This McClellan is on the front. This McClellan's going to win this. Another great John McClellan's going to win it. McClellan wins.
I want to quickly thank KetoneIQ for sponsoring this video, and me now. Used ketones for quite a long time. Certainly helped get me through a 2019 Tour de France. Widely used in the peloton. Jumbo Visma Lease bike, Lotto, Jumbo. I have a partnership with these guys, as does Sam Laidlow. It's a sugar-free, caffeine-free, clean shot of energy. It utilises 2 fuel sources, basically. I was lucky enough to sit down with Dr Latt Mansor, who is the head of research at KetoneIQ. And one of the questions I asked was, why would I use, because ketones are more about fat burning, which is not what you want for a criterium like today. So one of the questions I asked him was, where does this sit in an event like today? And he gave me a pretty comprehensive answer. So I'm going to show you that. There is 30% off of your first subscription with them. All the details you need are in the description below. For me, the things I like about it is, aside from the energy, is actually the cognitive thing. And for something like today, being able to make good decisions quickly really helps. I just have better mental clarity. And sometimes that involves a tough day with the toddler and a newborn, and sometimes it involves trying to get around a crit safely and preferably first over the finish line. So thanks again to KetoneIQ.
nice kit. Good, yeah?
I'll do that.
First time I've seen the kit out in the wild on
That's good.
someone that isn't me.
And they're coming round already. Shows a big board and then brightly made early on the start. That's in 6, so they're all together.
Alex, 2-6.
Circuits here are really good at getting. Who is in front? Who do you think is in front? It's young Mr. Dowsett out the front already.
Come on, Alex.
Dowsett out in front and then Callum the ball. And then McCall.
Come on, Alex.
So here come the leaders who've got front of the board. Cyclocross, you can Alex Dowser's off the front this time. A couple of seconds. Dowser's off the front. They're making a big effort. Being led through by Declan Egan, Kingston Wheelers, not mentioned him so far. Here come the leaders, Dowser on the front. That's waiting for the check, not letting him get away, sticking on the music.
Right! On the right! On the left side!
There. Tell them the board is in there in the bright green there. Come on, Hit the ball barrier, and the winner comes in there. And the winner was Alex Briggs. Alex Briggs got it.
Oh.
Alex Dowser in all the marks. Big hand for Alex Dowser there in the hospital here.
Gave it a go.
Gave it a go?
Yeah.
A lot of hard work.
Oh, yeah, it's brutal. I'm alright, I don't know hard work. Yeah.
You're not hot, are you?
I'll take that with me, Dad.
In third place, Frank Longstaff.
I see you come past, I was like, how the hell did you get there? Basically, I thought this
Scuttled up the side, didn't he?
I know, but I didn't even see it, and I saw him on the front, I went, how the hell has he done that? Yeah. Full on Houdini stuff.
You get out of sight fairly easily round here, don't you?
Yeah, it's telling us, because we had to, well, these two had to chase you down for me for the last 20 laps.
Yeah. The fella I was with was strong.
Oh mate, really good.
But then he just said, like, he had this kick. I think he just had this kick out of this corner every time. That was buckling me.
I think I was on his wheel, like in 10th wheel,
Yeah.
come on there, and I was looking at it and go, why is he going so fast out the corner?
Yeah.
But he was like kicking so hard at the saddle, and it was cracking me. I had to get off his wheel.
Yeah.
I let two people through to go on his wheel. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not having it.
So you have to pick and choose, don't you? That second corner, I hated it.
I loved it, man.
I did not like. I loved this thing, the tight one.
Yeah.
Hated that second one.
I was hating that last one because I was like basically 40th wheel for the half the race and going, why are we going so slow? Like, 40th. How did you find your first crit, man? Give me this camera, look. How was your first crit then, Dowsett?
It was good. Yeah, I can still do this. I can still do it. It's not punchy enough yet.
Yeah, you had the gas though. You had the moves as well.
Yeah. My favourite one was coming into that, go up the right, so no one's going to follow me up.
Yeah.
It's quite a scary gap to go up. So I enjoyed that.
Nice to see you back, mate.
And you, Alec.
In second place, Kai Davies. And the winner, Alec Briggs. Just like a few words for Alec Briggs. What do you want to say about our racing here today, Alec?
I thought it was a brilliant show. The course was awesome, and the atmosphere was even better. So thank you so much for putting it on, and the team did a good job and could finish it off. It was brilliant.
Have you raced here before?
No, this is my first time. I think I actually emailed the organiser asking if they could make it an elite race this year, and I'm so glad they did because it was a wicked course.
We've had a lot of requests like that. John McClelland, who won the over 50s, he's been campaigning for years to bring it to an elite race. He won the over 50s instead, and you won the elite race, so well done. And you're going to come again next year?
Oh yeah, 100%. I loved it, so thanks a lot.
And Frank, I'm sure you'll come again next year, Frank.
100%.
Also a big hand for the Chinese riders, the team, and in particular Mr. Ku Chang, who really gave Alex a real hard time. And a big hand for the big hero here, Alex Dowsett, the legend that is Alex Dowsett. Hope you've all enjoyed your day's racing. We'll be here again next year, I'm sure.
Cheers, boys. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
That was really hard. That was really, really hard. I chucked everything in the kitchen sink at that. Probably too much. Definitely too much. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. It was probably a bit rushed at the start. I'm very out of practice. Didn't know there was going to be a warm-up lap. And then into it, I was still wearing my warm-up trousers, or my streaking trousers, and a jacket. Yeah, I got stuck in straight away, which I think just showed my intentions too much. I mean, Tekker's were the strongest team here with Alec Briggs, so we kind of had to ride against them. So it was good, so much so at some point in the race, Alec Briggs came up, he's like, who are you working with? And I was like, no one. So basically when individuals would go up the road, people that I knew didn't have teammates, I would act like I'm their teammate. So little things like if I'm on the front, parking things on an apex, not aggressively, just slowing, going a bit slower than I could do through a corner to let a gap eke out, and then just force Tekkers to come and bring things back together again. It's just strategy. Then at the half-hour mark, I think I found a place. I realised that my ability to accelerate wasn't great, just raw acceleration to make a move that way, so I'd have to be smart with it. So on this corner that I'm going to show a clip of, I would go down the right side to get the outside, sort of surprise, risky because you're sort of threading the needle through a gap. Go down there knowing that I'm probably not going to be followed through the gap to get that separation, and then got away. Yeah, then did get away. Initially got across to two riders that were away, and then interestingly, I think it was McKay attacked when I got there, and I was like, what are you doing? We could work so well together. And then afterwards he said he knew I would be chased, which is something I never considered, perhaps should have done, that I would be marked. So he wanted to get away from me. I was like, oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay, that's a compliment, really. I'll take that. And then, yeah, and then a Tekker's lad did get to us, and I wanted him to work, but because he's got teammates in a bunch, he wasn't going to work, so it just all, I wasn't going to tow him round either. But hindsight, maybe it depends, I guess, if you're aiming to win or if you're aiming to place well, and I was aiming to win. So I think the other version of that is let him sit on knowing that he's gonna win the race, but then putting his team in a position, it's like, is he our best bet to win the race? Because then it's a 1 in 4 chance. It's
numbers, isn't it? There's a 1 in 4 chance if he's in a group, if you've got one Techers guy in a group of 4, there's a 1 in 4 chance he'll win, possibly a bit bigger chance if he's sat on and fresh as a daisy and the other 3 are working. The flip side to that is if his team have faith in him, like he's present there, and if his team have faith in him winning, they won't do anything about it. And then kind of the race then gets won because everyone, all the other individuals have to then club together to chase everyone down. So then after that, gave it a go on my own, which is probably a bit daft, but luckily a Chinese rider, the guy from the Chinese team came across to me and he was really strong and we were working really well together, and I was like, this could be it. Yeah, Chinese rider was super strong. I honestly, he could kick so hard out of the corners that I was like, if we go to the line together, I'm in trouble. There's no way I'm winning this. I don't know. On a course like this, he decides to sit on me with that kick. Like I'm not shaking him, not at all. So yeah, and then the Techers team, well, one lad apparently just reeled us in single-handed from Techers, and yeah, I don't know why, it allowed me to sit on Alec Briggs's wheel coming into the sprint, and I gave it a damn good go with half a lap to go. But honestly, when you've spent 20 minutes off the front and the whole race attacking, sometimes like an idiot, then what felt like a scintillating attack from me would have been a gentle acceleration for everyone else watching. So the atmosphere was cracking. These like village town centre crits are awesome. I was just chatting to one of the volunteers that helps put this on. Said last year they made a massive loss on the Exworth Town Centre crits. This year they're hoping to break even, and they said if they have made a loss it might not run next year. So like, these crits they're excellent. It's an 800 metre lap, so it's about a minute and a half round. It's loads of action. People have put up their like deck chairs to prepare to go. Off they go. Dad in his lunatic spec car. No, volunteers. Yeah, they said if he reckons they've broken even on this one, which means it will happen again next year. So that's right. If people around the course, deck chairs in their front gardens, out for the day to watch the races, and it's a good day out. There's pubs. There's a bunch of men, mostly men outside the pubs with pints in their hand. Yeah, I'm tired. There's just people all around an 800 metre circuit. The course was great. The 2 corners were flat out. Pedal through them. I loved the tight little corner onto the start-finish straight. I hated corner number 2. I just never ever felt like I got it right. Alec Briggs said it was the other way around for him. He loved the off-camber top corner, but hated the technical one onto the start-finish straight. Well, technical, they're all technical. Yeah, and the Chinese team here, this was an international race. It's an international race. Exworth crits, international. So yeah, like I said, if you know one of these is happening, go race it, go watch it, go support it, because it's a fun day out. It's good for the family, provided it doesn't rain. And yeah, thanks to the West Suffolk Wheelers for organising it, and see you soon.
I'm thinking in day-to-day training, if I'm going out doing zone 3 intervals, I know that I perhaps can eke it out on it consuming 60 to 80 grams of carbs per hour than 60 to 80 grams of carbs plus KetoneIQ compared with just 80 to 120 grams of carbs that I would do normally.
Right, exactly. And I think subjectively it's also important for you to note how you feel, because we've certainly observed that people who have taken KetoneIQ to work out, they found themselves having lower heart rate at the same intensity that they usually go at. So they feel like it's easier to complete a certain run or complete a certain, cycling circuit. And that to them is very valuable, because they're still doing the same frequency and intensity of a training, but they don't feel like they're dying after that. And obviously that helps with recovery, for the rest of the day, and still being productive for their, day job or whatever, and also carry on for the next day. So I think that has a compounding effect that a lot of people don't realize, having a much, much more impactful benefit using KetoneIQ compared to just carbs.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because yeah, so I really found a breakthrough with pure carb intake, with planning ahead, and it was always it's never, you can always get through, say, a 4-hour ride. If you've underfueled, you'll get through it, but you will pay for it the next day. And training the more training you can do, the better. But obviously, you are limited by recovery. So yeah, any tool that can enable you to recover better it's cognitive processing at high intensity is the massive thing in cycling. Pre-Olympics, I believe it was the Australian team were doing a study where they would play brain training games pre-event to get is it like a brain warm-up, firing neurons? Like, it's simple. You'd have 30 seconds or a minute to click on. It might be a word that said it was the word green but written in red, and the thing was like click on the red words, and you'd try not to click on the blue word that says red. You're clicking on the red word that says, like, these kind of very simple games to get your brain firing. And certainly in bunch sprints, it's something I interviewed a sprinter called Sam Bennett on it, and I said, when it gets to a certain level of intensity within the bunch sprint, I feel like a pinball. I can't make decisions fast enough to react to the pace of change. And I said, I likened it to motor racing, where I once drove a go-kart that was like a race go-kart as opposed to just a higher go-kart. And it took me probably 15 minutes for my brain to process the speed at which I am arriving at the next corner. It's the same thing with being in these high-stress bunch sprints where... so I said to Sam Bennett, I said, is it a case of the more, like with the go-kart, the more time you're in it, like, you're a very good sprinter, so you are in it, and I am not a sprinter, so if I'm in that last kilometre, it's quite a rare scenario. The more time you're in it, the better you can process those decisions. He said no. And he took about as long to ask this. It took me as long to ask this question as it did this to Sam. And Sam was like, no, it's just based on how fit I am. If I'm really fit, then I can make those decisions. So, and I guess as a time trialist, my job is to ride at threshold as hard as I can, but obviously for an extended period of time. Those guys have to go anaerobic and then sprint off of it. But for me, there is a lot of decision making there as well. It's largely down to cornering, pace changing, keeping my head on because I'm racing other people, positional, like small amounts of maths. But for those guys in an anaerobic state, the decision making is colossal in split seconds. And like, for everything we're talking about, it sounds like this is going to be, even though this is going to, we're looking at, they're shifting their fat metabolism. So when it comes time to the end of the race where glucose is needed far more than fats are, an exponential increase in the requirement because of the brain capacity needed as well. Yep. It sounds like ketones for them are going to just going to be absolutely golden because it's going to help cognitive. It's going to help push their fat metabolization so that there's more glucose, carb availability at the end of a race. Yep. I don't know if you need to actually answer this question.
No. I mean, you basically just explained it, but at the same time, do realize that when I said the study that we showed that in anaerobic situations, it does push the RER to more, the oxidation more towards fat. It is still overall still within the anaerobic state. So if you compare that person with a non-anaerobic person, that person is still going to burn more glucose. So don't think of it as the switch on or off. If you switch on the fat, you switch off the glucose. It doesn't work that way, right? It's a flux. So you will still burn glucose, but then now you are upping the fat burning for a little bit more. But then know that your body is doing that even if you're in anaerobic state. Like, if it's not good for your body won't do it. The fact that your body is doing that is because it's registering that the ketone is enough for your brain and it's enough for your current energy demand that they can afford to spare this glucose for now.
Right, gotcha.
Right, and so yes, you're right. Like you will still get the glucose. You will still have glucose in your body. You are sparing your glucose. You have ketones in your brain that helps with cognitive function, and you are now also upregulating your fat metabolism a little bit, and having the ability to tap into that fat storage that has way higher calorie value compared to your glycogen stores. Right. But you've explained it very well. So